this, and two things happened. I'm going to play the video first.
At playground sessions, we've heard all the excuses. It's too hard.
We are a team. Black, white, brown.
Together, we are a family. We are brothers.
We represent ourselves, our families, our hometowns,
our university,
and our country.
We stand on the shoulders of giants.
Our grandparents and parents.
Our ancestors, our heroes, Alabama alumni, and former players who have changed the world.
Beginning on our historic campus, we speak as one,
acknowledging our history,
honoring their legacy, and building a better, more just future.
On the field, we are relentless. We are strong. We are conquerors.
But we are human beings first.
And in this moment in history, we can't be silent. We must speak up for our brothers and sisters, for our sons and daughters.
We speak for justice, for fairness,
for equality, for greater understanding.
We stand together against racism,
against brutality,
against violence,
for a better world. When we see our families, our neighbors, our classmates subjected to violence, we recognize the fear in their eyes.
And when we experience racism, it hurts.
In the game, we are one team.
One heartbeat, one mission.
Yet we are diverse.
We don't always agree, but we learn so much from each other.
And we are so much better together.
Until I listen with an open heart and mind, I can understand his experience and his pain.
The virus has shown us how much we benefit from being together.
And how much we need each other.
We believe the solutions to our challenges are within us.
We choose to listen.
We choose to hear.
And understand others' perspectives.
Let's listen.
Let's unite.
Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
Until Black lives matter. Until Black lives matter.
Until Black lives matter.
Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
Out of all three meals, which one do you want to eat tonight?
No, thanks. Okay. So, shout out to Alex Atherwood. He put that together. Now, say what you want about how that whole video came out. Great show of solidarity. You know, Nick Saban and all them. It's pretty dope. Good thing that happened. Now, I want you to hear the backlash from that. From this video that came out about a week ago.
So I came across this story about an Alabama mayor who had resigned over Nick Saban and his Alabama football players making a very well-produced video where they support Black Lives Matter. Among other things, you hear Alex Leatherwood, who is going to be an outstanding offensive lineman for them this season, say, all lives can't matter until Black lives matter. Felt like a powerful statement. There were lots of folks on social media that were applauding it. I was one of them. I also thought it was funny to see down below, roll damn social justice and the like. And then with all of these positive messages that have been coming out in the discourse over the last 6 weeks, it's been both positive and reflective. And I've been doing a lot of talking and thinking aloud about these subjects that have been in my life since the day I was born and predate me by 400 years, if we're really going to get technical about it, as we talk about race and sports and culture. But this didn't come to my attention until I did what I normally do as part of my ritual. I go to ESPN.com, among other places, to see what is in the news and what is trending. And the top headlines, as I was looking at them, this was fourth on the list. Below, Cam Newton signing with the Pats, Ja Morant apologizing for an anti-police jersey post, Johnny Manziel describing his football career as being in his past, and then Mayor resigns after post on Bama's BLM video. So I went looking at this, and what I usually do throughout my process.
Okay. Shots was already on the RJ Young show. Whatever. So, an Alabama mayor quit his job over that particular that particular video. And it's just really funny in this time seeing how many people are exposing themselves. Just in college football. Like, Alabama came out with a video and a mayor in Alabama quit. That's some heavy shit, bro. That's insane. So imagine what this mayor was doing in that town and what type of injustice was going on. How he was probably treating black people in that town. Like that. It comes to a point where I'm on my speeches, so I'm going to just play this real quick. Just one more time.
Oh man! Hey!
Oh boy! So he was already a controversial mayor. Carbon Hill Mayor Mark Chambers submitted his resignation letter to the city clerk Saturday. News outlets reported the council in the city of about 2,000 people outside Birmingham hasn't approved it yet, but an emergency meeting is scheduled Wednesday. It's past Wednesday. Facebook post from Chambers on Saturday said he was selling his photos of the Alabama football team and Coach Nick Saban because of their sorry political views. He said the tide is done, in my opinion. In a video shared by Alabama football, Saban players read an essay by Crimson Tide offensive lineman Alex Leatherwood, who wrote "All Lives Can't Matter Until Black Lives Matter." Although Alex Leatherwood is looking to be one of the top tackle prospects in the NFL. So yeah, a small town mayor previously faced scrutiny last year for complaining on social media about baby killers and socialists, saying homosexuals lecture us on morals and transvestites lecture us on human biology, which, by the way, is an outdated term. Chambers wrote, "The only way to change it would be to kill the problem out." Yeah, controversial, to say the least. Chambers initially denied the comment, but later apologized. Two town council members later resigned, reportedly because they didn't want to be associated with his comments. Can you blame them? I can't. I wouldn't want to be associated with that filth because that dude is trash.
Let's talk about it.
Oh man, boy, have I talked about it. And all I can say is, man, it's just college football, the NFL. It's so much bigger than just a game, like just showing up for a game. There's so much politics and so much that goes into it, and you're seeing that people in power, in powerful positions, mayors, football coaches, athletic directors, either are or aren't lining up on the right side of history. And it's pretty bad, and it's pretty awful. And honestly, at this rate, if they even bring college football back, what is it even going to look like? Like, is it just going to be pure trash? It's going to be just a disgusting ass swamp. Players are going to have ill feelings towards programs, towards the schools they go to. It's like relationships have been severed in ways that you just can't repair that. People aren't going to forget. And now, because it's everybody, a lot of people are out of jobs. A lot of people out here hurting, starving. Like, what else you going to do? Like, what else you going to do but pay attention to all the shit that's going on now? Certain things you just can't move past. But anyway, on to the next thing. Oh boy. So Wake Forest head coach Dave Clawson is going to self-isolate from his wife, who's a cancer survivor, for the remainder of the 2020 college football season starting July 12th. Now, his wife, Catherine Clawson, survived cancer, and obviously she's at a higher risk for severe complications of COVID because of her reduced white blood cell count, and it can prove difficult for him to avoid the coronavirus while working alongside nearly 200 people in the program. He goes on to say, when I'm working on a daily basis coaching 110 or 112 players and have a coaching staff of 50, I don't know how I could go home at night and honestly tell my wife I couldn't have some contact with the coronavirus. He said, I love coaching, but I love my wife more. There's no way I'm going to do anything that would put her at risk. Clawson said the staff has informed all players that activities will be voluntary throughout the 2020 season and that their scholarship won't be rescinded. They decide to sit out for health or safety reasons related to the coronavirus pandemic, according to Hale. Oh boy, man. This is... This one's kind of complicated. This one's kind of tough. Because he then goes on to say, we told our players that to play college football has always required dedication and sacrifice. And if you want to play football this year, they're going to have to sacrifice more than they've ever have before in terms of curtailing social life and not being around large groups of people. And the staff is no different. Think about that for a second. Like, how do you sit up here and justify, not being around your wife, if there is a season, not being around your wife for like 8 months? But when I sit here and I think about, how straight up, when I sit here and I think about if there's no season, he should be able to go home, but they have to prep like there's a season. It's kind of a touchdown. I hate to say it, but now this man can't be near his wife for the foreseeable future. At some point, I think you would have to just abandon the season and go home. But even then, is he going to feel comfortable? He's not the only coach. James Franklin has a situation where he's quarantining from his daughters. I don't know, man. It's that one. It feels like there's no winners. It really feels like there's no winners. But the second one, Oklahoma State Review finds no signs or indication of racism from Mike Gundy. So that Oklahoma State Athletic Director Mike Holder announced an internal review of head football coach Mike Gundy uncovered no signs or indication of racism. I wish I had a future drop where he says whatever the fuck that means. I swear it would be so great right now. So let me go ahead and read this statement. Boy, oh boy. So we have spent the past couple of weeks reviewing our program and talking with current and former players. Our internal review found that Coach Gundy needs to invest more time in building stronger relationships with the student athletes. However, our review has uncovered no signs or indication of racism. Oh, sorry. I laughed really pettily off the mic just now.